And indeed, as part of her final journey, her body was then flown back to her home county of Bomet to give a chance to Bomet County residents to pay their last respects as well. And that is where our Chemtai Goin is tonight. She's in Bomet town at the Bomet Green Stadium, where the memorial service will be held tomorrow. Chemtai, good evening. It's good to speak to you. So let's talk about who's expected there tomorrow and what the preps are looking like right now.
Well, Yvonne, many besides the residents of Bomet County who've been possibly just waiting to bid farewell to their fallen heroine, we're expecting that this memorial service will see various leaders from government. We expect, looking at how the preparations have been since morning when we were here, it looks like President Uhuru Kenyatta will be here. We expect Deputy President William Ruto. We also know that opposition leader, ODM leader Raila Odinga will be here to also condole with the people of Bomet who are mourning the loss of Governor Dr. Joyce Laboso. And here from late afternoon, we've seen the tents here being mounted. Preparations have been in high gear. We've seen several government officials, including Mr. George Natembea, who was also here just to monitor the situation and ensure that all preparations are in place ahead of tomorrow's function. Remember that this has been taken over by the government, noting that besides just being the governor, she was one of the leaders, really a revered leader, and we know that this will be a state function. We expect various other dignitaries to come here and also just condole with the people. Earlier on, when her body was brought to Sotik, which was an area where she served for 2 terms, beating some of the known leaders from the region. Remember, she has been described as a woman of many firsts, not just the female pioneer governor of Bomet County. She was also the first female deputy speaker and just a woman of so many other things that she's done. Remember, she's also one of the first women in Kipsigis to also get a PhD, which is also one of the things that is revered and has been a leader that has been emulated by many, not just also for the young girls to also see that they can aspire to be something. But earlier on, when we saw her body being taken to Bomet, as soon as it landed, emotions ran high. These are people who have just seen on TV, possibly just listened to it on radio and heard that they have lost their leader. Their leader has succumbed to cancer, but this time getting the opportunity to actually look at her body and actually confirm that this is what has befallen them. There were so many people that we could see breaking down. There were so many emotions, and you could see that people really felt the loss. We've seen that this is one of the leaders as per the people, not just the local residents. You also saw members of the county assembly even speaking and saying that she's been able to do so much in their specific wards. There have been changes in the road networks. There has been an upgrading of road networks. We've seen that even Longisa hospital has been upgraded, and also we've also heard that they've been able to do chemotherapy for about 6 patients, something that was not done before, this being part of the wider agenda by the government to ensure that cancer screening in many of the health centers is available. Remember, since this particular death and also the death of Ken Okoth and also the other deaths of other leaders who we've seen succumbing to cancer, there has been concern over diagnosis. But at Longisa, at Sotik, we also saw many other people expressing their love for the fallen governor, and we expect the same feeling to be here tomorrow at Bomet Green Stadium. Remember, this is also the area where Jubilee carried out its final campaigns, where she also took her oath of office, and this will be now the one place that also Bomet residents will come and say goodbye. We will be here from early morning, about 7 o'clock, just to bring you up to speed to what is happening. And even as the leaders stream in, and even when the body arrives here, we hear it could be coming by road, and even residents on the road will be able to say goodbye. We will be giving you further updates in our subsequent coverage tomorrow morning, all through the day, until when the body is now taken back to Koru in Fort Ten and Kisumu County, where she will be finally laid to rest in her matrimonial home. Yvonne?
Thank you, Chemtai Goin, reporting live from Bomet town at the Bomet Green Stadium, where, as you can see, the preparations are already in place